Located on the southeastern tip of Vancouver Island lies Peter Bay. At first glance it looks pristine, yet the illusion is shattered when we go below the surface.
Historically, the bottom of the bay has been covered in seagrass meadows that stabilize acidity and draw carbon dioxide from the air. The creek feeding into Peter Bay even supported a salmon run once. With the construction of a marina, a navy base, and sewer outlets, the bay has turned into a mud pit. All that's left are undersized clams, sick crabs, and a long-dead salmon run. Peter Bay is a microcosm of a trend seen all along the BC coast and in the world.
With the arrival of colonial policies regarding how we treat our waters, ecosystems like the seagrass meadows are disappearing. As the Canadian government talks of reconciliation, we are still pumping sewage into the ancestral territories of the coast Salish First Nations, and finding metals like cadmium in the bottom sediment, as is the case in Peter Bay.
By actively diminishing the water quality, we are destroying the ecosystems that Indigenous communities like the Salish First Nation have historically depended on. As settlers benefiting from stolen land, we must reconcile with the land that so many of us unrightfully occupy in what we call North America.
For years, Indigenous commercial fishers like Ellie Kinley of the Lochtomish Nation have heard what Reuben George of the Tsleil-Waututh Nation calls the canary in the mines. To address intersectional issues such as declining orca populations, we can look to Indigenous scientists like Dr. Andrea Reid of the Nisga'a Nation, who is leading the Center for Indigenous Fisheries to aid in the protection of culturally significant species through an interdisciplinary lens.
For those who have suffered the effects of depleted water quality for years, and for the people all over the world who depend on the ocean, we urge you to consider your impact and advocate for the protection of water.
It's time to take action. Get in contact with policymakers, educate yourself and support Indigenous communities, or at the very least, be more conscientious of how you engage with the ocean.
So let's talk about water.